Hi, I'm Steve Nathan, co-founder here at TimeHub. Welcome to this quick presentation of MyTimesheets, the only timesheet tool you'll ever need. We built MyTimesheets so that you configure it the way your business operates. You can capture the data you need in the way you need to capture it. The timesheet app is one app but operates in three different modes. So the first mode is this one here, which is the team device. So here an employee will be clocking in using a PIN, puts in their code, and then they come into the app and they can go start. So there are a number of ways they can capture their time. So they can capture it in real time, where they're putting in a start and finish time by clicking on buttons. They're not able to change the time. There is also the ability, if you want them to put in their time based on entry, so a digital timesheet mode. Most of our clients operate in this real-time mode. In addition to capturing the start and the finish time, we can capture the GPS location of the device if you want. So everything about the MyTimesheets app is turned on or off to meet your specific needs. So you don't have to use any of the functionality, or you can use all of the functionality. In addition to capturing the time, I can capture notes from my employees. If I need to have them coding their time to different jobs, tasks, projects, clients, etc., there is the ability for them to capture the client they're working on, or the job they're working on, the task they're working on, and if need be, another layer below that. They can also capture other things in addition to time, so they can come in here and capture mileage or bins or rows or whatever it is that you're trying to track within your organization. Now, these are my demo codes, so you don't have all of those obviously in your account unless they need to be there. But basically, the app interface is nice and simple. The employee comes in, goes start, goes OK, comes back later in the day, puts in their PIN, goes OK again, and then they would go finish. Now, I haven't got the camera mode activated here, so you can have a camera mode, so it's taking the employee's photo, especially on a shared device. On a personal device, not so important, but basically I can put in the information, capture their data, the employee comes back, goes finish, goes OK, and that data will then sync to our servers. The second mode, which is largely the same, is the personal device. So now I've got the app installed on my phone. It knows who I am. I don't have to log in. I'm permanently logged in. And I do exactly the same thing as I did on the team device, except I come in here, go add. And again, I go start, I go finish, or I enter the data, enter the information that I need to capture for that particular scenario. So the modes are the same. One is where it's a shared device with multiple employees using pins and photo verification on a single tablet, for example, whereas this one is on my own device. Now, the app will work in an online or offline state. So if the employees are using it on a personal device and their phone loses data connectivity, the app will still work. It'll still do everything that you need. It's just that the data will stay on the device until such time as it comes back online. Whereas if it's online, everything is stored in the cloud on our servers in real time. So the other thing the employees can do in the personal app is there is a menu where they can go and view other information such as their timesheet data for the week. So I could come in here and view this. So here I can see all of my timesheet entries for the week. So we're giving them information to the employees that they need so they can check that they are capturing the data correctly, as well as giving that information to you and storing what you need. I'll cover off some more of that menu functionality in the next part of this video, which is the employee self-service version of the app. So all three of these modes are a single app. You're just doing different things depending on what you need. So the employee self-service app is for employees who, for example, are using a shared device where you want them to be able to do other things or have access to other information. So again, through the employee self-service app, I can come in here and view my timesheets. I can't change this unless you let me change it. I may be able to add things in some situations. I can add some extra data if need be, if you allow me to, or not, as the case may be. I've got the ability to message you as my manager about anything to do with my timesheet this particular week, or any data that I think I need to tell you about. The other options I've got on here is I can view my leave application, so I can apply for leave online for a particular date for a particular leave type. So I can apply for annual leave. If this is enabled in your system, I can also display leave balances to the employees if they're applying for leave. I can route the leave application to a particular manager, and this can be done for any date range for any of the leave types that you enable in the app. So again, it's optional as to how you use this, and if you're tracking that sort of information in addition to pure timesheets. If you're using our rostering module, then as an employee, I can come in here and view my roster for the coming week, weeks, or month, whatever that may look like. Again, I can use the messaging function to notify you if there's something that I need to tell you about my roster. So as I said at the beginning, all of this functionality is configured around your specific needs. You don't have to give your employees access to any of this, or you can give them access to all of it. So as I said, there are three modes. There is the employee self-service mode, there is the personal app mode, and there is the team app mode, all on one app, but delivering and capturing information in the way you need it to do. In the next video, we'll talk about where the data goes and how you have access to it as a manager and how you manage that information and get it into your payroll system. In our first video, we covered how easy it is for you to use the MyTimesheets app to capture the information that you need from your employees regarding their attendance, time at work, jobs they've worked on, etc. In this video, we're going to cover where that information goes. So as we said in the first video, MyTimesheets captures that information in real time and sends it to our servers so that you have visibility over it when you need to view it. And the information that you see when you come into this, so this is what your management portal would look like if you were logging in as an administrator. But there are different modes, like the app, it can be configured depending on what you need. So in this example here, I've got access to all of the functionality, including the rostering and everything else, all the reporting. But I can also have it so that I can log in to a different mode where I'm not using the rostering. So if you're not using the rostering, then you don't see the button, so we don't clutter your screen up. And then I can also log in here as a manager where I don't see the payroll related information. I'm only viewing timesheets for a particular group of employees within my organization. So as I said, like the app, we configure this around what you need it to be covering. So, but in here, I'll show you quickly where the information goes. So if I needed to review the time and attendance for one or all of my employees, now I'm logged in as a full admin, so I can see all. I can see all the employees. If I was logged in as a department admin, I may, or a supervisor or a team leader, I may only see a subset of this data, or only see some employees. But if I drill into Steve, I can see here Steve's attendance for today and his attendance going backwards. This is waiting to be approved. If I'm using the rostering, which in this case I am, I can see what his expected hours were. I can simply approve that data, and then that changes the status. If I'm tracking cost centers or jobs or tasks, then that information will appear here as well. Now, if you're not using the costing module, then this information doesn't appear. If you're not using the rostering module, this information doesn't appear. So it's configured around you, the way you need it to be configured. I can also add, edit, change. So if I need to go and change something about what the employee did, so they weren't working on that job, they're actually working on that job, as an example, I can change that information. I can add additional information in here if I need to, because an employee's completely forgotten to do something. If the employee is applying for leave and I'm approving it, if I find some information here, here's some leave, and I'm approving that leave, I can see what the employee's leave status looks like if you're syncing that from your payroll system. And again, I can approve the leave on that sort of basis. So the information we deliver is coming obviously from what your employees are entering, and you have a lot of information that you can access if you need to in here. So I can look at all employees, some employees. I can also do a visual review if I need to go and see where the employee was, and I'm using the GPS tracking. So I can come in here, click on this entry here, for example, and it will show me that Steve was in Takapuna. Again, I can zoom in and out of that map, and each time the employee clocks, there will be a pin drop in the map. If you are using the photo verification process, then each of these grey panels will include the image of the employee that was taken when they clocked. I don't have that turned on in this particular demo, but you will see also photo verification in this screen. There are a large number of reports, so I can run reports for any date range, and it'll give me a detailed report with breakdown of start time, finish time, pay codes, leave, cost centers, tasks, jobs, etc. So as much information has been captured by the employees. I can also run pay period reports. I can export the data to my payroll system. I can also export data out to Excel and use it for costing analysis. I can also, in some cases, export data to my job costing system. We can upload leave balances, etc. If I need to run rules, then it's got a rules engine. So we've got an award interpreter module which can be enabled. So all of this is functionality that having discussed the situation with you for what you need, we would turn on or off as the case may be. If you wanted to use rostering and this was enabled for you, then I can come in here and manage my employees' roster or their schedule of activities or tasks or projects they're working on, etc. So I can manage that through the My Timesheets management portal. It's all stored in the cloud. It's all backed up regularly. It's all hosted on Microsoft Azure, so your data is safe and encrypted, and no one has access to it. You have full history for as long as you are running the app. Basically, so you can go back and run reports over any date range. As I say, there are a lot of reports in here which you can use if you need to. Setting up and syncing all your employee data, we either do that for you, or depending on the payroll system that you're using, it's done with a live sync from that payroll system. Same with all the pay codes and everything else that you need when you are setting up the system. Messaging, as I said, in the app, employees can message you and you can reply to those messages through the management portal. There's a full help section, and you've got full access to the support team, including myself and everyone here. So there are ways that you can get support, because support's really important when it comes to managing anything that's got payroll related to it. So as you can see, there is a lot of information available to you, but you only have to access the bits that you need, and you only have to use the features that you need. So hopefully that covers that off, and we get the opportunity to do a one-on-one demo with you where we can talk about the specifics of your particular business.